So we're back once again. Just had some spectate mode issues right there, but we are back once again for ILR2 Season 6 round number 5 for the Spanish Grand Prix here for Inside Line Racing, of course, in honour of Antoine Hubert today. So, if you will just give me a moment to get myself settled once again, we will get underway. I will just grab the championship standings to update on what's going on. Now, of course, I believe, from what I remember, it was Speedster who took the championship lead last time out. Now, we do have some penalties that we need to mention, and I will get to those in just a little while. We have some quali bans, we have some time penalties that will be added on to drivers' times at the end of the race. And just most of the drivers are now out on the hard compound tyre, soft, medium and hards, of course, all available for use this race weekend. So if you are joining us, of course, you're very, very welcome along once again to Inside Line Racing round number 5 of the Spanish Grand Prix right here, racing in honor of Antoine Hubert. You'll notice plenty of drivers carrying the pink helmets and the number 19 in honour of the Frenchman who lost his life tragically yesterday. So let's just pull up the championship standings and see what our situation is. It's very, very tight at the top of the standings. Speedster took the championship lead last week, but not by much. It's about five points, I believe, is the have the championship standings here in my hand right now. So it's Speedster who leads the standings at the moment by a margin of 12 points ahead of Calzo, and Scuba is P3. And I'm just looking at the entries right here, and by the looks of it, Speedster is not with us today. So it's a prime opportunity for Scuba and Calzo to gain the points back that they lost last time, because Calzo, of course, DNF from the race, and Scuba only just about got points. Right now it is Medium Pilot who is leading the charge at the moment. A very, very quick driver that we're happy to have with us, sporting the black helmet right there. Samster is P2, Matt Tibos is P3 at the moment. Foxy Dude Scuba, T1000 Zach got second last time out. Nick, then NSX Base, LR Praga, Darkbolt, who's currently off into the gravel trap. Corey is P11, Ollie is P12, Tom is P13. He's just about to begin his lap. We'll actually ride on board with Tom as he takes us for a lap around the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, heading down towards turn 1, 180 miles an hour onto the brakes, down to 4th gear, through the first chicane, into this long right-hander, goes on forever, where of course we saw the two Mercedes take each other off in 2016, right at this corner right here, down the gears, end of sector 1, into sector 2 we go, running just a tad wide there, but gets on the power, gets away with it, through the left-hander at the bottom of the hill, then this very tricky uphill section right here. Just the left into the right, then uphill into this very, very quick right-hander. Almost flat, down the gear he goes. Second of the DRS zones on this track, and down towards the Sector 2 split. Hard braking zone right here, prime overtaking opportunity right there, onto the power. And then this corner really wants to spit you out to the left-hand side with the car unloaded. Onto the power he goes. Through the last chicane, of course the old circuit used to go peel off to the left hand side right there. And in through the last corner we go. Where is Tom going to go? Runs a bit wide, he spun it in the last corner, off goes Tom into the gravel trap. And he did take us for a lap, but unfortunately he didn't manage to finish his lap off. And he ends up in the gravel trap right there. And Tom, and because he was trying to get out of the gravel trap, he's been disqualified for going the wrong way. So that puts an end to Tom's session. Scuba, just in the background, comes across the line. Now, I did mention there were some penalties that are worth a mention, because it's the instance last week in Baku. You notice Trippy Jeff, he will not be taking part in qualifying, so he'll be starting down the back with Tom. Calzo has a 5-second penalty that will be added to his race time, as does Scuba. So the two championship contenders both have penalties coming into this race. so that will be added to their race time at the end of the Grand Prix. So they need to get themselves as far up the grid as they possibly can and avoid any corner cut penalties. And of course those 5-second penalties will play into the hands of Matt Tibos, who is also in the championship fight. He is, just having a look here, he's 4th in the standings, and he's only 3 points behind Scuba and 9 points behind second place in the championship, Calzo. So he can really capitalise here if he can get himself a good result, and if things go well for him, he could slot himself into second in the championship. So, Medium Pilot currently the quickest on track on a 1:18.3 on hard tyres. Zenki is second and Samster is third. Everybody's still pretty close together, all in the 1:18s up until we get to the end of the top 10. Scuba 1:19.0, Nick 1:19.0. So, Zenki sporting, well, okay, taken to the pit lane. That's not quite the way you do it, but there you go. If I just unpause the game so that the sound comes back, I've tried that, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me, at least. It doesn't work. So, the only way that I can get the game sound to return is by restarting the game entirely, and that works 100% of the time. It's an inconvenience, but it works. Samster beginning his lap right now on a good run, as we have 7 minutes and 50 seconds left of qualifying. And as you can see, the number 19 on his car right there. Plenty of number 19s throughout the circuit right here. And Ollie's been disqualified for also going the wrong way. Now, he had an off, obviously, and he's been disqualified for trying to spin his car around. So that's 2 disqualifications for a rather minor incident. So, that's third list. So he needs to get himself further up the grid than that. Currently, Scuba is 3rd fastest, just behind Zenki. And Matt Tibos and Super Guy quite close together in P5 and 6. Super Guy, of course, very, very close to getting a podium, but of course, his tyres cried enough. Matt Tibos P2 now, behind Medium Pilot. Look how close those times are, 0.08 of a second between 3 cars. So Matt Tibos is P2, but still it is Medium Pilot, 1:18.3, unchallenged at the top at the moment. Alfie, a man to watch, had a great result in Baku. Once again, another podium to add to his tally. And a dark horse in this title fight. So let's see what he can do. Can he get himself further up in the qualifying? Dark Bolt there, French colours. Number 19 on the car. Praga as well, the pink and the black. Calzo, pink helmet of course as well, number 19. Nick running the pink helmet as well. Corey with the pink. So most of the drivers paying their own tributes. Pink helmet for Scuba, number 19. And Dark Bolt 1:18.300, but bear in mind it's on the medium compound tyre, so he is provisional pole, only by 0.02 of a second over Medium Pilot, who did that lap on the hard tyre. So he's provisional pole for now, is Dark Bolt. So Scuba, is he on a fast lap? I believe he is. Looks to be pushing quite hard, or he is on a fast in lap, which is possible. He's done 5 laps on that set of hard compound tyres, so he's probably going to need to be returned to the pits very, very shortly to get himself a new set of boots. CC Brain pops into the top 10 there, P8. And just waiting. Alfie on a fast lap at the moment in the Racing Point. 5 minutes left of the session. And we're going to see some guys out on the medium tyre at the come the end of the race of the qualifying session. So let's watch Alfie as he finishes off his lap. Just coming through this tricky sector 3. Cars really do not like this part of the circuit. Very slow speed. All the downforce is taken off the car. Through the last corner. Careful not to use too much of the curb. On the DRS, where does Alfie go? He comes across the line. He goes third fastest, 118.363. And very, very close to the time of medium pilot. Great lap from Alfie in the racing point. 0.04 of a second behind. So 600s between the top three here in Spain. And medium pilot, he just kind of an install lap on the soft tyre by the look of it. And he is getting held up as his teammate Foxy Dude gets pushed back into the pits. The two Ferraris coming back out on track. That is Corey ahead of Samster behind. Back out on the medium compound tyre. NSX Bass in the Williams, partnering Super Guy today. And 3.5 minutes left of this session now. Not long to go to see who will start on pole for the Spanish Grand Prix. Take it to the old circuit as Alfie to come back into the pits. So right now your provisional lineup is Darkbolt on pole, medium pilot is second, Alfie is third, Matt Tibos is fourth, Zenki fifth, Scuba is sixth, Samster seventh, Superguy eighth, CC Brain is ninth, and T1000 Zach is 10th. But we are waiting now for these drivers to make their way back out onto the circuit. I believe Bass is going to be the first to do a flying lap in his Williams, on his way up to the end of Sector 1 onto the brakes, into the right-hander. Careful not to run out too wide here. He's just outside the top 10 at the moment, literally 1,000th of a second away from the top 10 against T1000 Zach, as you can see. 118.826 for Zach and 118.827 for Bass. See how he negotiates this fast right-hander. Perfectly done. Doesn't use too much of the curb. DRS open. Onto the brakes into the left-hander. Mikulitsy's joined quite late. So we maybe have a full grid at the end. So still, by the looks of it, medium pilots and Alfie are not coming back out for another lap. So they are going to be starting on the hard compound tyre. Well, no, they are just made out of they're on their way out now, so they will be trying again. Bass P1 117.967 on the medium compound tyre. He goes pole. T1000 Zach says thank you very much. You're not having that one. 117.943 goes 0.02 of a second quicker, and now the times are really beginning to fall. Darkbolt has said, screw you all, I'm going on the softs. So expect him to go pole position if he can string a lap together. Just saw Nick pop into P3, 118.047. Samster P3, 117.97. Look how close that is. 300s between the top three as we head into the last part of qualifying right here. Medium pilot is stopped on the track right here. CC Brain 117.92. Look how close this is. There is half a tenth separating four drivers at the moment, and a tenth between five. Unbelievably close. But CC Brain provisional pole at the moment. Can anybody displace him? With 30 seconds left, I believe this man is going to be the one that could do it. Medium pilot, one of the quickest guys on the game, as far as I'm aware anyway. Heads onto his lap. What can he do with the medium compound tyre on? Alfie as well, he's on a fast one. Matt Tivos on a lap as well. But virtually nothing separates the good. Calzo P6, 118.10. Foxy Dude, 118.09. I'm going to have a look at the gaps at the end of this one. This is going to be unbelievably close. Prag on a lap 2. So the man we need to keep an eye on, I believe, would be medium pilot Alfie, Matt Tivos as well. Matt Tivos coming close to the end of his lap. Scuba has just started his one. Super Guys on 1-2. Corey coming to the end of his lap. Can he go any faster? Yes, he can. P5, 117.985. Even closer, he pops in. Again, half a tenth could get you up to pole. CC Brain's provisional pole at the moment. Medium pilot, we're waiting for him to come across the line. Alfie, we're waiting for Matt Tibos, 117.662. Praga misses the chicane. And we're waiting for, that's one of the Toro Rossos coming across the line right there. That was Calzo, couldn't improve. Medium pilot, what about Alfie? He doesn't improve. How about medium pilot? Does he improve on his best lap? He comes across the line. 117.314 pole position for medium pilot today, by the looks of it. Waiting for Scuba. It's not all over yet. Super Guy coming across the line. Where can he go? He goes 11th fastest. What about Scuba? Coming across the line second, 117.61. And what is Foxy doing on a lap? He comes into the pit lane. So medium pilot, pole position on a 117.314, 3/10 ahead of Scuba, ahead of Matt Tibos. And T1000 Zach on a 117.823. CC Brain, great qualifying, P5. NSX Bass, P6. Samster and Corey, P7 and 8. And LR Nick in P9 with Foxy Dude in P10. Calzo's P11. Super Guy is P12. Darkbolt, Praga, Alpha, Zenki, and Jeff, who had a qualifying ban today. And Tom and Ollie, unfortunately, not able to take part in qualifying with the unfortunate game glitches. So we're just waiting for Foxy Dude to retire from the session so we can get ourselves underway, as there was contact made. So 117.3 is the pole position lap today. What a lap from medium pilot. 117.314 season take pole position over Scuba by a margin of 3/10 of a second. Matt Tibos is third behind his teammate, 400ths. Then T1000 Zach is fourth. CC Brain is fifth with NSX Bass in P7. Samster is P6. Samster is P7. Corey is P8. LR Nick is P9. And Foxy Dude runs at the top 10 with Calzo P11. Super Guy P12. Darkbull P13th. Praga 14th. Alfie 15th. Zenkin 16th. Jeff in 17th. Tom and Ollie will round out the back of the grid as we head into the race. What would really throw some things into the mix is if it rained, which we're unfortunately not going to get. But medium pilot is on pole. So now we're just waiting for the formation lap to get underway. And as we get underway for the Spanish Grand Prix, we would just like to extend our sympathies and our condolences to the family of Antoine Hubert, who we tragically lost in that horrific accident in Spa yesterday. Hubert was a rising star in motorsport. He was tipped for F1 greatness, but unfortunately he was snuffed out at the prime of his career. So I would invite everyone in the chat to join me and the rest of the ILR community in paying our respects to Antoine by observing a minute's silence during the formation lap. Race on, Antoine. Thank you, everyone. Antoine, you won't be forgotten. Let's have a good race for you. 33 laps of Spain we've got to negotiate today. Medium pilot on pole. Scuba is second. Matt Tibos is third. T1000 Zach is fourth. CC Brain, NSX Bass, Samster, Corey, Nick and Fox Dude. Every one of those guys on the medium compound tyre. Calzo's opted for the hard compound tyre. Super Guy 12th on the mediums. Darkbolt is on the hard tyre, as is Praga. Alfie all the way down in 15th place. Zenki is 16th. And Jeff, Tom and Ollie. His medium pilot lines up on pole position. He's got a long wait because Ollie has to get himself into position in his grid slot. So here we go. Could the championship swing once again? Scuba is P2 and he's only 12 points of our championship leader Speedster, who is not with us today. Can he grab that championship lead again? Let's find out. As we line up on the grid, 19 cars facing towards turn 1 in Spain. It's round number 5 of the ILR2 PS4 tier. Who is going to come out on top? We're waiting for those 5 red lights that come on in front of the drivers. Who's going to come out on top? Lights out and away we go. Good start, medium pilot. Good start, Scuba. Good start from all 19 cars. We head down towards turn 1. Scuba already looking on the inside to head towards turn 1 in the Williams. Looking up the inside, as I said, in the Williams is Bass. Then out the inside goes Scuba into turn 1. Can he take the lead away from medium pilot? And medium pilot has lost it into the wall, and the other Mercedes is in the wall as well. That is, which one is that? Matt Tibos is in the wall as well. Disaster for our pole sitter, and Matt Tibos in the wall as well. Scuba leads as we head into turn number 3. T1000 Zach is 2nd, CC Brain is up to 3rd, NSX Bass is 4th, Samster is 5th on the inside of Bass. Can he find room? No, he can't. Nick is looking on the outside of him as they come down towards the middle sector here on the inside. Zenki is out, Matt Tibos is out of this race. Absolute disaster right there. Nick makes his way past one of the Ferraris, that is Corey's made his way past right there. Chaotic start to this race, as we always anticipate in F1 2019. In the background, you see Alfie carving his way through the field already in the racing point. Let's see Calzo and Super Guy go at it up ahead. That is, I believe, is that Tom looking up the inside in the background. You see Calzo going a little bit wide, and there's a concertina effect, and Tom gets spun around. And the yellow flag's being waved all over the circuit as guys try to sort themselves out. Calzo trying to make his way through from P11. He's up one position now. Up on the inside is Super Guy. Not quite able to find the room, but Scuba 4.7 seconds clear. Well, he was 4.7. He's not actually. Let's go back to the front as the leaderboard sorts itself out. But it is Scuba from T1000 Zach. Ignore what is happening right there. It is Scuba from T1000 Zach from CC Brain. His medium pilot is into the pits after his disaster start. Just got a little bit greedy on the power, and that was it for his chances. Just by the way, Trippy Jeff is not in the lead of this race. It is Scuba, and unfortunately our telemetry is now a little bit ruined by the by that timing glitch. But we will keep ourselves going. It seems to have resolved. So Scuba leads T1000 Zach Brain up to 3rd place. And we have NSX Bass in P4. Then we have Samster, Nick, Corey, Foxy Dude, Super Guy, and Alfie with a brilliant start at the hard tires. He is P10. Chasing after Super Guy. Calzo is P11, right where he started. So now the train begins. It is very annoying that we don't have the timings right here, but we'll keep ourselves going as it now resolves after that lap. So here we are. So Scuba, absolutely perfect start. That's exactly what he needed. Got up the inside of medium pilot, and again, whatever is happening right here, I don't know, but we'll just carry on with the timing problems that we're having right here. So Zenki and Mateos first retirement. Scuba with the perfect start to this race. Leads from T1000 Zach and CC Brain. Just having a look further down, looked like Tom, we just saw him, had a half spin in the middle sector. Ollie's over down in 15th, Praga, and medium pilot, of course, pole sitter all the way down to the back after that incident that we had. T1000 Zach running 2nd once again. He had 2nd last time out, and he's following Scuba again. CC Brain hasn't been on the podium all season. Could this be his day? NSX Bass as well, debutante. Could he spring a surprise? He's all over the back of CC Brain at the moment, as we now begin the DRS train. T1000 Zach will have the DRS on Scuba, but you can see Scuba's just about, he's still within DRS range, but Zach has broken DRS and CC Brain. You can see NSX Bass having a think about a move. Just see how effective the DRS is. Just in the background, see Nick looking up the inside of Samster to turn 1. Can he get that stopped? Samster sticks his nose up the inside. Contact made as they run towards turn 2. Now trying to hang around the outside. Now switching to the inside. There's going to be a little bit of contact. Watch for Corey in the background as well, where he runs wide as they battle it out here towards turn. Look on the outside is Samster now as they head towards turn 5. Nick is ahead, so he's got that move done. Nick locks up though. He's now got a little problem from Samster looking up the inside. But no way through just yet. Corey following his team with Foxy Dude right behind him, very sideways as they came through. And look at the two Ferraris getting very close together as they can run up the hill there. So Corey running well in 8th at the moment. Samster as well, pretty much right where they started. And Nick up a few positions. So, NSX Bass looking like he wants to challenge CC Brain for that 3rd place. Now, Zaki is just outside DRS range. Scuba's just managed to eke out that gap enough to keep himself ahead, but Bass has got the DRS closing up on the McLaren. In the background you can just see Samster's coming back at Nick. He's already ahead as they come into the braking zone for turn 1. Through he goes once again into P5. And Nick chasing him down. Corey's right with them as well. Sector 3, there is a problem. Let's have a look. See if we can see who that is. It doesn't look like it was a big issue, but they've got going again, whoever that was. Now we got a big old train forming here from Samster, Nick, Corey, Foxy Dude, Super Guy's right in there too, and Alfie's just a little ways off the back. He's got Calzo for company, as he does Dark Bolt and Tom. Oh, Corey's lost it. He's in the wall and out goes Corey. And he retires for the Spanish Grand Prix. Virtual safety car deployed. Big impact for Corey at the top of the hill. And the virtual safety car is deployed for this. So that will limit the speed of the drivers. They have to keep to a certain delta. They cannot speed on the virtual safety car. We penalties as a result, remember, last week. Now do not forget, Scuba has got a 5-second penalty that will be added to his race time at the end, so he needs to get a move on, because right now Zach is in the box seat right here. So we haven't had the full safety car deployed. We've had the virtual safety car deployed for the 3rd time this season, and drivers cannot exceed a certain delta. It should work out that the gaps will be the same as before. So we're under green flag once again. DRS is enabled once again, and Tom has taken full advantage and got straight past Darkbolt, battling into turn 1. Around the outside goes Tom as the inside line for the next part of the corner. Darkbolt's up the inside though, but again he has to give and he has to yield to Tom and makes his way through to P11. So Corey is out of this race, Zenki is out, and Matt Tibos is out of this race. So Scuba needs to make a gap. He's got to negotiate Jeff, who gets right in his way as they come up the hill, and into the wall goes Jeff. Now I'm not sure if he's under AI control, but he is now a lapped car. He was getting blue flags, and he's unfortunately ended up in the wall right there. So Scuba leads as we head on towards lap 7 of this 33 lap Grand Prix. Zach, however, is in the box seat. Remember, Scuba's got a 5-second penalty that has to be added to his race time at the end, so he stands to lose quite a lot of time. And CC Brain right in there too. P3 being chased by Bass as well. Samster closing in on that battle as well. Nick is right there too. Foxy Dude just outside DRS. It looks like he's under pressure from Super Guys. Head towards turn 1. This is for P7 on track. Super Guy moves to the outside line as head towards turn 1. Can he get on the brakes? Up round the outside goes the Williams and gets it done. Nice clean move from the Dutchman right there. Gets into P7. So Foxy Dude's P8. Alfie is up to 9th after the retirement of of Corey. So he's inside the points after starting 15th on the grid. And Calzo sticking with him. Two of these guys working together. Calzo, remember, he's in the championship fight. So he needs to gain as much points as he possibly can while Speedster is away. Medium pilot, fast lap of the race. Doesn't count for much when he is down the back of this race. What he needs is a full safety car. To help his chances. So I think Jeff is under AI control. So that's unfortunate. Now let's go back to the battle for fourth, because Samster is all over the back of NSX Bass. CC Brennan has almost broken that DRS on him. Let's see if Samster can make a move here, but he's got Nick right on his gearbox. As they head towards turn one, Nick might be able to get a move on here. Moves to the inside, even with the Ferrari, even though it has DRS. The Red Bull sticks its nose up the inside. It's alongside to head towards turn one, but can't quite get on the brakes. Not going to try anything stupid as head towards turn 1 and 2. Samster chasing the Williams up ahead, and Nick following. We're on board with Nick as they head through turn 3. And Super Guy as well, not far off the back of this train. Sector 1, yellow flag. Have we got a spinner in turn 1? We haven't. Looks like we've sorted ourselves out. Scuba nearly 2 seconds clear out front right now. He looks comfortable. Medium pilot, another fastest lap. He's 21 seconds away from 14th, I think, at this point. Keeping an eye on this battle for this massive battle for fourth. He's got a lot of cars behind him. So Samster looking for the move on NSX Bass, and Bass looks vulnerable. As you can see, Samster almost sticking the nose up the inside right there, and you can see he won't have DRS on CC Brain in the McLaren unless he can get within that detection point. The detection point is here, just at that line, and Samster's lost it on the pit entry into the wall. He goes, loses his front wing, heads straight into the pit lane. What an unfortunate series of events for the Ferraris. They both lose it on the power. And Samster is out of the running, or out of contention. And that puts Nick into P5, and he can now chase after fourth. Let's have a look. You can just see their biggest movers right here. Your biggest mover, as I said, Alfie, as per usual, as well as Tom. Tom started 18th on the grid. He's up to 10th. Alfie up 7. Super Guy up 6 positions. So all these guys have made up some good ground. Continue on. Medium pilot, fast lap of the race once again. The laps are passing by very quickly here. Just looking at Nick now. Bass does not have DRS on CC Brain. So Nick a little to get himself closed up in the braking zone. If he wants to have a chance at having a pop in turn 1, he's got to watch his moves for Super Guys. It's Foxy Dude, who's right there in the Alfa Romeo. Alfie and Cals are about 2.8 off the back of this battle. As you can see, Alfie's on the hard compound tyre as well as Cals. They're the first of the hard compound runners. Cals as well, he does have a 5-second penalty to be added on to the end of the race as well, due to events last week. So through turn 1 they come. Sector 2, yellow flags. Can we see what has happened? Jeff is officially DNF'd from this race now. So unfortunately we won't be seeing him. Seeing Messi cheering on Zach in P2. And he's well within contention. Remember that Scuba's got his 5-second penalty. So it needs to be added on at the end. A few asking what happened to Corey. Corey unfortunately lost it on the power up the hill. That's just right on board. Right here where Alfie's going through. Lost it on the power, put it in the wall on the right hand side, brought out the virtual safety car. So unfortunately he is out of the running. And he's out of this race. Samster as well crashed on the pit entry, and he's out of contention. And in 14th place at the moment. So medium pilot started on pole as well, and he has dropped to the very back after losing it in turn 2 on the power. So Scoob is a race leader by 2.4 seconds over Zach in P2s. Looks to be struggling through the last corner right there. You saw he was struggling to get on the power. And CC Brain doing a sterling job in P3 right now. Best he's run all season. And Corey, there he is, he's left the session. So now NSX Bass as well, looking for a move on CC Brain. He's very, very close. He's much closer than he was a lap ago. Obviously, CC Brain's had a problem. Nick's right with them too. Super Guy in that battle. Foxy Dude right up on the back of them. Alfie's losing time to these guys. And Calzo's looking racy behind Alfie. So just like to remind all the viewers at home, we are racing, of course, in memory of Antoine Hubert, who lost his life on Saturday. You'll see plenty of drivers sporting the pink helmets, black helmets, number 19. And I'd like to invite the chat as we enter lap 19 if we could get plenty of heart emojis and hashtag AH19 going in the chat on lap 19, if you can get that going for us in the chat. So Scuba leads 2.6 now, the gap, as he tries to eke out. He needs at least a 5-second gap to have a chance at winning this race. We might be heading into the pit stop phase quite shortly. As we head towards the halfway point of this race, not quite there yet. And just as I said, potential pit stop window, Bass and Nick head into the pit lane, going for the early stop right here. Onto the hard compound tyre. Let's see, does Bass have a good stop as well? Rebel on the way out. Need a good stop from the Williams crew. And he's on his way. And they get going. And Bass just about out in front of Nick. P11 and 12 they come out. Ollie in P10. And Ollie, he'll be stopping a bit later compared to the... actually, no, he won't be because I don't think he has stopped. Let's just check who has... If anyone has stopped. He hasn't quite stopped yet. So medium pilot Samster, Bass and Nick probably won't need to stop again. So now Scuba still leads this race. Zach is P2. CC Brain is 3rd. Super Guy is now 4th after Bass has pitted. Foxy Dude is 5th. And Alfie is now P6 with Calzo right on his tail in P7. Tommy's P8. Remember, he started 18th. It's not a bad run at all from Northern Irishman. Darkbolt is P9 and Ollie is P10 chasing him down. So now Zach and CC Brain, Super Guy and Foxy Dude are all in. So Zach is trying for the undercut on Scuba. Alfie's going to be staying out, as is Calzo. They're both on the hard compound tyres. So all the hard runners will stay out. So now these guys are reacting to Bass and Nick. So now we're watching... there's a move from Ollie. We're watching where Zach's going to come out. On his way out right now. CC Brain on his way out as well. Watching for Bass as well. Where is Bass? He's going to come out right in the thick of this, and Nick is battling with him as well as they head in towards turn 1. Nick looking on the outside line, and he gets it stopped and gets it done. So that's for net P4. Great move from Nick in the DRS, and they both come out in front of all of these guys. And CC Brain just about getting out in front in a net P3. Now Zach has got to get a push on and see if he can close down the gap to himself and Scuba. So Nick at the back, just seeing Paris right here. Apparently Paris is coaching Nick, and he's going to be telling them, keep calm, keep patient, your time will come. Scuba pits from the race lead, and he'll be going on to the hard compound tyre. Samster, the first corner cut penalty we've seen all day. Apologies for the grey box you're seeing in the top left. So Scuba's on his way out. I wish people would stop spamming invites. But Zach coming through the last corner. Scuba should have the gap as they head towards turn 1. There's a move between Darkbolt and Ollie. Back up the inside, so Scuba is there. And you can see Zach virtually the same as they enter the pit lane. 2.86 seconds between the two of them, but still Zach in a comfortable position right here. Sector 1, we've got a problem for somebody. If you'll just excuse me for 1 second, I'm just going to mute those notifications so you guys don't see those annoying grey boxes. People don't understand not to spam invites when I'm in the middle of a bloody stream. So, Ollie and Darkbolt having a good old scrap right here. Scuba's going to catch up to these guys. So he's going to want to move out of the way quite quickly. But they are on the hard compound tire, and they're going to be going quite deep into this race. So through the long right-hander, Scuba following. About a second off these guys right now. Zach is going to be hoping, please hold them up as much as possible. Start battling, guys. So let's see, Ollie peeled into the pit lane. He's on the medium tyres. He's going to be keeping himself where he is. And Darkbolt continues on. So now Nick on the back of CC Brain for a net third place. Can he get the move done with the DRS? CC Brain moves to the inside, Nick to the outside. He's done it once already. Can he get it stopped before the braking zone? Through turn 1, CC Brain late on the brakes on the inside. Nick on the outside line has to yield to CC Brain. And he holds on for now. And now Bass and Foxy do right in the fight as well. Super Guy's a little way off, but now these guys are embroiled in a battle right here for what is the last podium position. Unless any of the top guys can get themselves involved in this fight later on, these guys will be probably switching to the soft tyre. Or to, obviously, to fresh mediums. Doubt they could get the hards to last as long. And Nick got to be patient, doesn't want to try anything stupid. It's a long way to go in this race, reaching the halfway point. Through the left-hander they come. You can see in the mirrors the Williams of NSX Bass and Foxy Dude in the Alfa Romeo. Right there. So, keeping on board with Nick. Onto the brakes. Onto the main straight they come now. DRS will be open for Nick very shortly. CC Brain already moving to the inside, trying to break the toe. Heading towards turn 1. Can he get it done this time? Switching back to the inside, sells him the dummy up the inside. Goes Nick. Contact made and around he goes. Turn 1. Contact with the as well. Big contact and NSX Bass is involved. What a shame for him. He was running so well. Totally innocent in that. Front wing. And Nick just caught up in an instant right there. So unfortunate. Super Guy continues on. CC Brain the whole time. Foxy Dude picks up 2 positions. As we head on to lap 16, just reaching the halfway point of the race now. Unfortunately, we've had the incident. Both drivers are still continuing, but they're going to be unfortunately out of contention for this race. I'm not sure if Nick picked up any damage. It doesn't look like it. It looks like he's got away with it. I think the only driver who picked up damage was NSX Bass in P13. He smashed right into the side of Nick's Red Bull. So Nick might be able to claw his way back. He's just got to keep his head. Now Scuba straight past Darkbolt, who is continuing on in his own race. Doesn't want to get caught up in that fight, and he's certainly not going to hold up Zach, who's just behind him. Race win is at stake, remember. And this could be Zach's first win of the season if he keeps within that 5-second barrier. He's had 2 second places this season, has not finished below second. So can he go? He can go one better if he sticks within 5 seconds of Scuba. CC Brain, Foxy Dude challenging for a podium as well. And Foxy Dude, let's have a look at his record. A best finish of 9th this season, so he's on for a great result. So through the left-hander they come. Foxy Dude chasing CC Brain. And Nick now, he's closed up to the back of Super Guy. Just going to get the telemetry up so you can see exactly what's going on. Scuba, the fast lap of the race, 1:20.439. Nearly 3 seconds off the qualifying pace. Out front, it's still Alfie, Calzo, and Tom. And here comes Nick on Super Guy. Does he try anything? No, he doesn't. So Praga and Medium Pilot into the pit lane. Of course, Medium Pilot completely out of sync in this race after his spin at turn 1. Alfie and Calzo running very, very close together up front. 17 laps on those hard compound tyre. Just noticing Zach as well. He's starting to struggle. He's now 4.2 seconds away from our net race leader Scuba. Just going to have a look at the standings very quickly. Scuba is currently 18 points off the championship lead. So he's going to check. So Scuba will take the championship lead by 7 points. That is if Calzo doesn't score. So it depends where Calzo ends up after his pit stop. But we will have another new championship leader at the end of this race. Unless something drastic happens. So Calzo and Alfie running very close together. There is Foxy Dude looking for the move on CC Brain. He's got it done into turn 1. That is for 3rd place. So Foxy Dude on for his first podium this season. And is on a good charge right here. Net P3 for Foxy Dude. We're still waiting for the top 3 to pit. And the gap between Zach and Scuba is only going up. It's 4.6 as we head into this race. And I did neglect to mention we are on lap 19, so if you are in the chat, please get those heart emojis and hashtag AH19 going in the chat. Pay homage to number 19, Antoine Hubert, as we end lap 19. Calzo pits from P2. So that puts Alfie in the lead of the race. Thomas P2 and Scuba will take up P3. So Dark pits as well. So where is this going to bring Calzo out? He's going to go onto the medium tyres. He's going to be going to the end. Easy one stop. So where is he going to come out? Super Guy will go past. Samster has crashed on the pit entry for the 2nd time today. What is going on with those Ferraris? As he reverses into the pits to get himself reset, and he's unfortunately probably going to retire from this race. He's not going to turn around and go to the pit entry. So Samster is out of this race. And what a shame. Anyway, Nick with a big moment as he chases after Super Guy. Getting right up underneath the Dutchman here. But he has got Calzo, and Calzo's come out in 9th. So Calzo right in this as well. He's P2 in the championship, well, P3 in the championship, sorry. Just having a quick look. Sorry, I was right the first time. Calzo is 2nd in the championship, 12 points up for the championship lead. So he won't take the championship lead, but he will close up. But Scuba, if he keeps the way he is, will. Alfie pits from P1. Tom is P2 and now pits. So Scuba retakes the lead of this race. How far is Zach behind him? He's got clean air now. Foxy Dude will move into P3. CC Brain is 4th. And CC Brain, he's not letting go of Foxy Dude. These guys are fighting for a podium. They're both their first podium this season. And look at this behind. Nick. Oh, big contact in the background. Calzo went for a move up the inside of Super Guy. And didn't quite work out. But Nick has got himself in front of Super Guy. And he's now chasing after Alfie. But Alfie's come out in 5th place. What a drive from Alfie. From 15th on the grid to 5th. And he's got a chance at a podium. Meanwhile, 5.3 seconds is the gap. And even with his 5-second penalty, Scuba is now officially in the race lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. He needs to keep himself mistake-free now. Can Alfie get another podium He's only 2.8 off the back of these guys, and he's on brand new medium tyres. He's got to be thinking, can I do it? Super guy, he's got to defend from Calzo, who also has a 5-second penalty to add to his time. Tom's come back to the points. He started on the back row of the grid. So they've come through to some excellent results. So we'll keep an eye on Alfie's progress. Here we go. Can Calzo make the move on Super Guy? He tried a very audacious lunge into turn 1. Is he going to do it again? He is. He's going up the inside. Super Guy leaves the space. Almost no room. And they hold on for now. Gets a great run through turn 3 though. Can he have a pop into the next corner? Moves to the outside line. Trying to outbrake Super Guy. Looking for the switchback underneath Super Guy now. Can he find the room? Yes, he can. Into the next left-hander. Not quite. Pops it up on the inside of the brakes. His contact made. Super Guy goes wide. And Calzo, can he get the drive out? Yes, he can. And he goes through to 7th place. Aggressive from Calzo, but he's through to 7th. And now he chases Nick. And Alfie's bringing that gap to 3rd down. 2.5 is the gap now. Just having a look at where Alfie is in the championship. He is currently P6 in the championship. 35 off of the lead. And he's had 3rd in Bahrain and 3rd in Baku. Can he go again? Can he get a 3rd place again? Dartbolt is off in Sector 3. Keeps the engine running. A little bit too much. And Calzo gets past Nick for P6. So Dartbolt is still struggling to get that car facing the right way. And Medium Pilot, by the way, he's about 9.7 seconds off of points. It's been a disastrous day for the pole sitter. It's going to move back to the battle for 3rd because CC Brain is coming back at Foxy Dude. It's exactly what Alfie needs. He needs to see these guys battling, so he can have a shot at grabbing another 3rd place. And Darkbolt is also out of this race. Poor run from CC Brain through that right-hander. 23 laps out of 33 completed. And still plenty of action going on in this race. Foxy Dude goes very wide there. We're going to get a better run. So CC Brain, he's got a real opportunity here. But Alfie's closing in like a missile on these guys. So here we go. Lap 24 we begin. And CC Brain challenging for his first podium of the season versus Foxy Dude, who also wants his first podium of the season. Foxy Dude holds the middle of the road. Where does CC Brain go? Late on the brakes on the outside. Foxy Dude defends the inside line. And he holds on now. CC Brain, can he get the run through turn 3? Getting on the power early, but Foxy Dude again defends the inside line. Comes back to the racing line and he holds on for now, but Alpha's only 1.4 off the back of them now. And circling around as well, Nick is under pressure from Super Guy. And Tom is closing in on that battle too. Gap up front opens out to 6 seconds. Dominant drive from Scuba so far. All's not said and done. Alfie almost within that DRS range now. It's been a fabulous drive from him so far. Can he continue his great momentum? Here we go. Here comes CC Brain once again. Can he have a pop at Foxy Dude for the 3rd time of asking? Here he comes. Foxy Dude on the inside line, firmly on the inside. CC Brain looking for the inside, has to move to the outside. Foxy Dude super late on the brakes, looking for the switchback now through turn 2. Can he get the run? Gets a little bit of sideways action going. Foxy Dude on the inside line, takes a shallow line, but CC Brain gets a better run through turn 3. Coming towards turn 4 now. Foxy Dude holds the middle of the road. CC Brain looking for any sort of opportunity. Now they get the switchback done on Foxy Dude. Looking up the inside, trying to get the run. Pulls himself alongside. Can he move to the outside line this time? Goes late on the brakes. Foxy Dude defending the inside. Switchback line again for CC Brain. Proper close racing right here. Great stuff from these guys. And Alfie's right on the back. Look in the mirrors in that McLaren. It's filled with a racing point. Up the hill we go once again. Coming through. The right-hander. Poor run from CC Brain. Here comes Alfie. He smells blood. Here he comes. CC Brain defends the inside line, late on the brakes from Alfie, trying to hang around the outside. Fresh medium tyres, here we go. Early on the power, looking up the hill. CC Brain very close. And Alfie trying to hang around the outside. Prag is out of this race as well. Whatever's happened to him in the middle sector. Not quite sure, but 19 runners, 12 still running. Poor DNF rate once again. Now, Alfie, very, very close to the back of CC Brain. Both of them defending the inside line. Looking for the toe off a Foxy Dude up ahead. Lap 26 begins. And all of this, by the way, all of this fighting, Calzo's lurking, as is Nick, and all of those guys. Super Guy right in the back of him as well. 3-second time penalty for Tom, who's in P9. Very late on the brakes from Alfie. How late was that? Here he comes on the outside line of CC Brain. CC Brain on the inside line. Alfie has to go wide. Looks for the cutback line. That was immensely late on the brakes. That was almost a year late from Alfie. Lucky not to pick up any damage. And again, a poor run from CC Brain. He's not liking that right-hander, but Alfie touches the gravel and compromises his run. Does he try it on the brakes? Yes, he does. Late on the brakes from Alfie into the left-hander, and he does it. Up to P4 he goes. And now chases after Foxy Dude. A podium is very much on his mind. Remember, he started 15th on the grid, and he's fighting for 3rd. Brilliant drives once again from Alfie. But he's still got to pass Foxy Dude. Beginning lap 27, and Calzo's in this too. But remember, he's got a 5-second penalty. Now let's briefly move our eyes to the battle for P7. A Super Guy with a huge run on the Red Bull, heading towards turn 1. Can he get it done on the outside? Nick very late on the brakes. Able to hold on for now. Needs the run. And watch for Tom who gets sideways in the background. They hold on to their positions for now. Brilliant action in the midfield right now. There may not be action out front. There's certainly action for the podiums. So Scuba leading by 6.9 over Zach. Add the penalty to that and he's 2 seconds clear. But Alfie with the DRS now. Foxy Dude very vulnerable. The guys behind, Nick, like Super Guy and Tom, are going to want to get past so they can try and see if they can close up to the battle between Calzo, CC Brain and Alfie and Foxy Dude for the podium. Alfie's got a real chance now. He needs the run out of the last corner. Foxy Dude gets a very nice run out of the final corner, but he's helpless to defend from the racing point of Alfie as they head towards turn 1. Foxy Dude defends the inside line. Alfie moves to the outside line, the number 19 on this car. Can he get it done around the outside? Super close between the two of them. Alfie up the inside. Foxy Dude is still there on the inside line as they head towards turn 3. Side by side they go. Racing Point and Alfa Romeo still side by side towards turn number 4. Foxy Dude's got the inside line. Alfie going to try and go late on the brakes around the outside line. Still there, that is the Racing Point. But I think Foxy Dude is just about held on to that 3rd place. Brilliant racing. Alfie up the inside again in that famous hairpin that he loves to do his moves. And he takes P3 away from Foxy Dude. Absolutely brilliant racing between Alfie and Foxy Dude right there. Fair play to the both of them. And now CC Brain wants a challenge for 4th, and the battle is certainly not over. So Foxy Dude needs to keep himself in the DRS right here. Needs to save that ERS through this next section. And you can see how much Calzo closed up right there. He's 1.5 off the back of them now. Through the chicane they come once again, and Foxy Dude, he's still close enough to go for an attack. But Alfie has the ERS to defend. Does Foxy Dude have the ERS to attack? He's in full attack mode anyway. Mode 4. Looks like a problem for Ollie in Sector 3. And still sticking on the back is Foxy right up on his gearbox, not letting him have an inch. Just going to have a quick check. Has Ollie got going again? Yes, he has. Quickly back to this battle for third. So we've only 5 laps left to go. And we still don't really know who's going to get that final podium slot. Alfie looking for his second podium in a row. Zach also on for his third podium of the season. Or his fourth podium of the season. His third podium of the season. He hasn't started every race. He's only started 3 Grand Prix this season. And he's on for his second place, would you believe? Oh, big slide from Foxy. Well held. But he could see he is trying hard. And you can see he's broken DRS on CC Brain. And he's now fallen into the clutches of Calzo. So Foxy Dude, is he close enough? I don't think so. And his DRS, is it open? Yes, it is. He's still trying hard. Look at the overspeed he's got on Alfie. He's head towards turn 1. But nothing on just yet. 4 laps left to go. Just keep in mind the battle for 7 as well. Nick is still holding firm. In P7 ahead of Super Guy and Tom. And Medium Pilot's got himself back into the points. CC Brain has fallen away from the 2 guys up ahead of him. Doesn't need to worry too much about Calzo, because Calzo's going to have 5 seconds added to his race time. So that's going to put him back. Oh, it's going to put him back behind Tom. So you're going to bring him back to 9th at this rate. So the battle for third rages on between Alfie and the Foxy Dude. Either way, it's going to be Foxy Dude's best finish of the season, but he really, really wants that first podium. Alfie's had 3 of them already. He's saying, you've seen enough of the champagne, you've seen enough of the trophies, I want a taste of that champagne. So here he comes. Alfie, can he defend against his rapid Alfa Romeo that's coming up behind him right now? 3 laps to go. Sells him the dummy up the inside. Look at that, up the inside from Foxy Dude. Alfie hangs it around the outside. We're looking on board of CC Brain at the carnage he's seeing up ahead of him. And somehow Alfie holds on right there. Brilliant racing. As Foxy Dude sold him the dummy. But Alfie wanted a refund. So they carry on, they stay as they were. Meanwhile, Nick, he's trying to get back past Super Guy, hanging it around the outside, loses the back end a bit, and here comes Tom. Can he get the drive? Not quite, so Super Guy has got ahead of Nick for P7. And Tom looking for any opportunity to get past these guys. He's got a 3-second penalty anyway, but he wants to get past them on merit anyway. So 2 laps to go as we cross the line next time. These guys yet to sort themselves out. Oh, into the back. Alfie goes Foxy Dude. Gonna compromise his run. Does CC Brain have DRS? I believe he does. Yes, he does. So CC Brain's not out of it just yet. Here comes Foxy Dude again. Moves to the outside this time with massive overspeed in the Alfa Romeo. Hanging around the outside at turn number 1. Alfie's on the inside, but Foxy has the inside line for turn 2. But still Alfie refuses to give up the position. He comes through on the inside. Foxy with the switchback now. Looking to get back past into P3 with 2 laps left to run. Sticks it up the inside. Almost contact made. Just about enough room left by Alfie. And Alfie should hold on to that for now. And still hold on to P3. He goes deep though. Looks for the cutback, but can't quite get it. CC Brain back in this now. Calzo right on the back of them as well. Unbelievable racing so far. And Calzo's now got a 7-second penalty. This is going to come down to the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. A 4-way fight for third. Into the back of him he goes, and you can see in the background how much Calzo is troubling the back. You can see as well, actually, even with the 5-second penalty, well, actually he is going to fall about 2 seconds behind those guys behind, so he's not really in contention for the podium at the moment, unfortunately. Lap 33 of 33. Strap in. Here comes Fox, dude. He's got one more opportunity to do this. Much closer than he was last time. Surging past to take third place from Alfie. Alfie's got to be patient. He's got to wait now. He's going to have another opportunity to get past. Goes a bit wide. And Tom gets past Super Guy into P7. He goes. And here comes Alfie back at Foxy up the inside. Massive dive bomb. Finds the space. Foxy with the cutback now. Can he get it done? Alfie loses it on the outside line. Here comes CC Brain. Contact made and they all go off. Contact carnage. CC Brain goes through to third place. Inevitable. On the last lap. Unbelievable. They all met contact. And through goes CC Brain to take third place on the final lap. And Tom picks up P6. A man we haven't really talked about at all. To take his second win this season. Scuba wins the Spanish Grand Prix from second to first and takes the championship lead. Well done to him. T1000 Zach. 3 second places in a row. Finishes second again. CC Brain, his first podium of the season after huge carnage and controversy. Finishes third. Calzo will have 5 seconds added to his time. And Alfie got fourth in the end. Super Guy gets sixth. And he will get seventh for Nick. Tom is P8 with his penalty. Foxy would end up ninth after fighting for the podium. And Medium Pilot is 10th. We're just waiting for 2 more guys to cross the line. Ollie just got the fastest lap on the previous lap right there. And NSX Bass will round out the grid. He will finish P11 in his debut. And Ollie will have the fastest lap. At least he has some honour and finishes P12. What a race. And a fitting tribute to Antoine Hubert as the number 19 will stand atop the podium. French flag on top as well. And CC Brain picks up his first podium of the season. But Scuba takes his second win this season. Zach, his third second place in a row. And CC Brain, his first podium. His best finish before this was 8th. So great stuff from him, but I'm sure we're going to have some stewards' inquiry into that last lap incident. So, official confirmation of your results. Scuba wins ahead of Zach. He will have 5 seconds added to that time, but he still wins anyway. CC Brian is third. Alfie is fourth. Calzo is fifth. Look at all these positions that these guys gained, by the way. Alfie 15th. Calzo from 11th. Super Guy is 6th. I believe Calzo will actually drop to 9th after his penalty. Super Guy will finish 5th. Nick is 6th, so Tom will be 7th. And that will put Calzo P9, so Foxy Dude will drop to P10. If my math is correct right there. So, a race of attrition once again, but a fitting tribute to Antoine Hubert, who we lost yesterday. The French flag stood atop the podium, the number 19 and the pink helmet. But that does it once again for ILR2 Season 6, and we're going to be heading to the jewel in the crown of the Formula 1 calendar. It is, of course, the Monaco Grand Prix. We hope you'll join us next week for that. Join us next week, same time, 7 PM, for the Monaco Grand Prix. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.